Hello everybody, it's Aquawolf here, and we are doing something a little different today. We will be opening up a package full of graded Pokemon cards and one Yu-Gi-Oh card from MNT Grading. I had sent it out recently, so MNT Grading is a Canadian grading company for all different kinds of cards between sports and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and things that I've never even knew existed. So MNT Grading we had used before with the Pokemon cards behind me here, kind of hard to see. And if you want to see that video of the revealing of those cards, please look somewhere around here. I will have it popped up so you can click the link and check out the video. But I had sent out 39 cards in total at the 6-day grading service. I know that they're a little bit behind right now with COVID happening, and they were saying that there was a 2 to 5 delay for all services. So it was $36 a card, and by the time that I had sent it out and they had received it, it was about 13 days instead of 6 before I received it back, so it wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be, so I was already prepared that it was going to be a little bit of a delay, but it worked out well, and it was shipped very nicely in this fragile envelope, so I'll open that in a minute. And they needed your signature and your ID so nobody would steal it on you. They wouldn't place it at your door without you being home, which worked out really well. So overall, it was a good experience, shipping-wise and, you know, service as best as it could be anyway. I know that there's now a new money-back guarantee on their website. It looks like the prices are a little different right now because they have different service levels. So they have like the 2-day service, like a month now. They even have a year. I'm not patient enough to wait a full year for my graded cards, but yeah, feel free to check them out. But without further ado, we're going to flip over and open this wonderful package. Okay, so without further ado, I've got the scissors, and we are going to carefully open this container, because I don't want to break it. And it says, fragile, handle with care. I must say, waiting to get home from work to open this, which I had to rush to the post office because it opens for only so long. Oh look, and we got some air. That's good. A lot of air. Don't mind me while I get rid of the air. Let me just toss it on the floor. Okay. So, wow, my blanket's doing something weird. I don't even know. So there's one. There's a lot of packs in here. I'm gonna say right now. There's a huge one, and oh, there's another little guy in here that you can kind of see. Whoop, there it is. That is a lot of boxes that I'm going to have to cut. Good thing we have scissors. You may hear some walking around. Don't know, my dog is pacing with excitement. We're all excited here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm shaking the whole table. I'm gonna kind of gentle, just so gentle. Just touch it. Just touch it. You don't want to go crazy. You don't want to go nuts. Now I'm gonna cut these all open before I go crazy. I'm going to try and block the grades. Now don't go expecting miracles from me. These are some of these are older cards, so the chances of getting anything crazy, not very likely. There are some that are new. That would be cool if I got a 10, but I'm going to be realistic here and assume that most of them will be maybe an 8. There's some that I'm pretty sure will be like a 5, because I had them for so long, and as a child, I slide them in and out of binders 1,000 times. Oh my god, I almost cut myself. Oh, don't do that. Okay, let me no slicing fingers on YouTube today. Okay. So, oh good. Good, they're upside down. I cut them the right way. So, that's beautiful. So I'll just kind of move them over here. Throw that on the floor. See that upside down? Oh, there's the... Okay, so there is one Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh, I know somebody who's going to be excited about that. Not me. I did it for my father-in-law, so he'll be excited. Holy cow. Okay, sorry, I'm opening that on the side here. Let me show you what this lovely stack of... Wow, I don't even know which way's up. I don't want to... Oh, good, I picked the right side. Okay. I want this all to be a surprise. This is the most cards I've ever graded. I'm going to get my husband to pull that away. Thank you. That is a giant stack. Let's just enjoy this for a moment. Okay. So, I'm going to have to break this off into like multiple bits here. And we're going to be here for a while. So, please make yourself comfortable. Get some popcorn. Do something. Get some drinks. You know. But we'll start with the Yu-Gi-Oh card first, since it is the one odd one out. This one is a Dark Magician Girl. I did promise my father-in-law... I'm going to use this to cover the grade. I did promise my father-in-law that I would send out a card for him if I decide to get grading. So, this is the Dark Magician Girl Secret Rare. And we will see, drumroll, what it is. It's a 9! That is pretty awesome for him. I think he had this since the dawn of time. So, you know, for an old card, he took very good care of that. So, good job, father-in-law. So, moving on. It is kind of, I am going to say right now, you can kind of see where the grades will go. Anything under the 9 is like a silver. Anything above 9 is, or 9 and above, is a gold color. Now, I've never seen it in person, but apparently they have like an iridescent, really pretty, like bar, with the grades on it and everything, and it's for 10s, and I've never seen it in person. Maybe we'll be lucky. I don't know about that, but you never know. So, moving on, I'm going to take these out, I'm going to take these out of slip covers so we can actually full on see. It's hard to see with the plastic. So, we'll move on to this one, which I will cover with my horrible counters. So, this is a Pikachu, first edition, and I can't remember what it is, where this all came from, but it is the 60 out of 64 number, and already I don't know what the grade's gonna be, but I am surprised that it is a gold color, which means it's a higher grade. But here we go. It's a 9. So I forgot to mention with the first card too. I like the MNT grading way of, it breaks down everything. Let me try and zoom in. I don't know, my camera doesn't like to focus, but it breaks down everything from the corners, surface, edging, centering. There's some card grading companies that I've noticed that don't do that, and it's a little bit of a letdown, like, because I like to see where we mark bad, where we mark good. So, like, the centering of this card is a 9.5. The corners are an 8.5, which makes sense because it wasn't a binder. And surprisingly, the surface and the edges are a 9, which is amazing. So, yes, good job, Pikachu. Okay, so, moving on to the next one. There is... I just can't get over this stack. That's crazy. Okay, so, moving on to... Oh yes, a Zapdos. So, this is back when... I think it was the second Pokemon movie, yes. Now, it's funny because when I was younger, you know, I went to the movie like 3 or 4 times. You never get bored of that stuff. And especially since they were handing out the cards, you're like, you want to catch them all, you want to get all the cards. So there was the Zapdos, the Moltres, and the Articuno. And I could not get the Zapdos. I don't know, my luck was just horrible. So one year my grandma actually went out and bought me a Zapdos card. So, to complete my collection because it ate at me so much. Anyway, moving on. This is an 8, which is actually pretty good considering I was not expecting that. So the surface, yes, 7.5. Totally makes sense. It's been around. You know, the edges, same thing, 8.5. And the centering and the corners are actually a 9, which is pretty amazing. So happy. That is great. And I love the slabs, like, they're nice and clear. They sit up nicely. They, like, it just looks so nice. And then they have, of course, the, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard, but they put a sleeve inside so your card doesn't move around. It's a wonderful thing. Moving on. Unwrapping again. There's a lot of plastic going on here. Though I do keep these just in case, you know, moving or you're storing them and they don't get hurt. Oh, there we go. So there's the Articuno. So yeah, this is the promo as well with the Zapdos there. And let's see what it is. I'm not expecting, like I said, too much of these older ones, but you never know. And that's an 8-2. That is pretty darn awesome. So same thing, surface 8, edges 8. The centering is a 9, and corners are 9.5, which is pretty darn awesome. That's pretty awesome. I didn't think that would be a thing, but cool. Nice. Okay, I'm going to try and speed it up. We're not going to reminisce on the cards here just in case, but, you know, it is a timely thing. We've got a whole stack still ahead of us, so. Moltres! So, this guy, more beaten up. I don't know if you can see it in the video. It's kind of hard for me to focus on it, but there is a little bit of a gash here. He's one of the most worn out ones that I have. Like I said, always been banged up around when I was young. And it's a 3.5. I knew that. That is pretty bad. But being the nostalgic person that I am, I decided to keep it. So the centering was a 9. I mean, good job, printer. But the edges were 4. The corners were 3, which makes sense. I knew that was going to be bad. And the surface of 3. So, I mean, you know, why not? That's the lowest I've ever had so far, but I knew that I knew some of these were going to be really bad. Like, you'd be like, why did you grade the Mock Wolf? And I'd be like, well, you know, I'm a hoarder. I like my Pokemon cards, even if they're crappy. Same with this guy. Okay. I know this one's going to be bad. But, this is from the Pokemon, the first movie. It has the little gold thing. I can see, obviously, this big corner. I don't know if you can. I'm trying to shine the light on it. There's a huge dent in it. I'd be surprised if I got as much as the Moltres because it's so damaged and banged up, but no, it's a 3.5. I mean, like, it's the same. Centering, good job, printer. It's a 9. Edges 4. Surface is 3. And believe it or not, the corners are a 5. I guess that's not a corner, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the surface is just pure wrinkles. But that's okay. I mean, like, it looks cool. Like, look at how bad the edges are. But being a nostalgic person I am, good, it's safe from further damage. Okay. Moving on. I don't know which one is next here. These are all guesses. So we'll see. And whoop, a-doop, a-doop. Okay. Oh, this is a Scyther first edition. Nice and holographic and beautiful. This one was taken a little bit better care of, but I can see even now around the edges. It's so hard to get this camera to focus here. But there is some a shininess to it as if it got worn out from being in a binder. But we'll see. 7.5. That makes sense. The poor thing has been beaten up a little bit. Definitely not as bad as the 3.5s that I had, but you can see on the edges here there is some whitening going on. But I mean, it's still a pretty card to look at. Okay. Wow. If I can get my fingers in there. I'm childproof. Okay. We've got, yes, another one that I expect to be beaten up. This is the Mewtwo version of the first movie, with this stamp here. I know this one will probably be, it might be a little bit better than the Dragonite, because the corner isn't, or the surface isn't completely wrinkled or horrible, but I'm not expecting miracles here. 2.5, it's good. It's worse than the Dragonite, which is fine. But yeah, the edges are really bad. Centering, good job, printer. You got a 9, printer. We got edges of 2, corners 3, and the surface of 3. Like I said, not expecting miracles here. Okay. And I'm wondering if the employees of MNT Grading thought, what the heck is going on here? This is, okay, so this is Pikachu of the first movie. Again, don't expect too much. But here we go, too. I don't think I've... This is a new record of low. But we have the edges of 1.5. We have centering 9. Good job, printer. Corners 3 and a surface of 3. So, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, wasn't expecting too much, but it's safe from further destruction. We'll keep going on the silver labels here, because why not? I see some gold in our future, which thank goodness for that. Oh yes, so this is we're going into a little bit newer cards here, so there's a mix of old and new. But this is the M Blastoise EX. There is some lifting in the corners a little bit. You can kind of see that in the camera. So I'm not expecting too much when it comes to the corners. I thought this would be a good addition too, because I have a Charizard, an M Charizard EX. So kind of going with the same look. Let's see. We've got 8.5, which is so much better than 3, and so much better than 2. So I will take it. Centering 8.5. Burr, burr. Printer. Jeez. Anyway, edges of 9. Corners 8.5 and surface of 9.5, which can't complain about that. Awesome. Okay, I see some gold in our future. Thank goodness for that. Small miracles here. Let's see where we got the gold. If it's old or new, I can't remember. Oh, this is an older one. Thank goodness for that. Okay, so we've got our Light Flareon here. This is a first edition Light Flareon. I know it's an uncommon. It's no like usually I try to grade the rares, but this one actually had a better value to it, so I thought why not? And let's see what we got. A 9! That's pretty awesome for it being back in 2002. So that's pretty darn awesome. I'm glad we have some good cards today. Nice. Okay. Next. We're about halfway through the pile, so please stay with me. Ah, yes, so this is the M Venusaur EX, also going along with the Blastoise, and the M Charizard EX, which I had graded in a past video. But same thing, it has a nice texture look to it. Obviously we'll never feel it again, but it's nice to see. And let's see what we got. 9.5! Bam! Yeah! High five! It's hard to do the high five on that. But that's pretty darn awesome. That's, I think, our best so far this grading. Maybe, just maybe, we'll get a 10. We can always hope. But 9.5, I will take that to go. Okay, moving the next stack. It's like poker chips. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna move some of this plastic away so we can actually focus a little bit better on things. Okay, as I pull things down from the pile. Ooh, please come out. Thank you. Okay. So, this is a Scissor EX. This is an older one. You know, it'd be nice to get a higher grade, but like I know that just by the judging of the silver on that, it is a 9, lower than 9, which is fine. But we're at an 8.5. We almost reached 9. That's pretty darn awesome for an older card like this. So we have the centering of 9.5. Good job, printer. We have the edges of 8.5, corners 8.5, and surface of 9. And I love the shininess to it too. It's so pretty. So pretty to look at. Okay. Moving on. We've got Charizard. Level X. Well, I say level X. I don't know if that's actually supposed to stand for level X, but very pretty card, I must say. It's very holographic and shiny and fun to look at, and we've got an 8.5. That is, in my mind, awesome for my older cards. I wasn't expecting higher grades for a lot of these. So yeah, the centering's 9. Good job, printer. Edges and corners were 8.5, and surface of 8, which I kind of figured. There was some light scratching from being in a binder, but can't complain too much there. Okay, here we go. Next, just keep her going. We've got another Charizard. Surprise! So this is a Charizard level 60. 1 out of 99. Very shiny, very pretty. Fun to look at. 8.5. Nice. Good job, printer. We're at a 9.5 for centering. Edges 9. Surface is an 8.5, and corners is an 8.5. I mean, that's a fun card. I could move this around all day. So much fun. I see gold in our future, folks. Fellow wolves, here we go. Okay. Pikachu. This is a McDonald's card. I had to eat so many Happy Meals to get these cards. It's a little ridiculous. My husband can attest to that. It was a little crazy, but we got a Pikachu holo from the meals. So, and to see that it's gold means there wasn't any grease on it, which is a bonus, and it's a 9. So that's pretty awesome. The centering actually is what brought it down. So we had an 8.5 for the centering. Edges and surface were 9.5, and the corners were 9. So poor on you, printer, but you know, I'll take it. That's pretty darn awesome. Good job. And I see another gold one. This is gonna be great. I hope you're still here. Are you eating popcorn? Are you eating a snack? Good. Okay, so this is another Pikachu, and I feel like this is another McDonald's promo. It's been a while. I can't remember what. I think it came with a toy, if I remember correctly. Which, yes, I bought a lot of the toys. It was a little ridiculous. I didn't go as crazy as some people did with buying, like, cases. But, you know. And it's a 9! So we got the centering edges at 9. The corners were 8.5, and the surface was 9.5. Good job, surface. Awesome. Pretty good for, if I remember correctly, it was in a plastic container when it came with the toy, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It wasn't as damaged as I thought it would be. Oh, the gold just keeps coming. Wow. This is awesome. It's like Christmas. It's like opening gifts. Okay, so these are newer ones. Speaking of Christmas, that's where I actually got these from. So thanks for everybody who supported me and my habit of Pokemon cards. So this is a flying Pikachu V. And, well, let's see. 9! Pretty darn awesome. I love the 20th, like, it's the 25th anniversary. It's all shiny. Very cute. Oh, I didn't break it down. Sorry. The centering is a 9, edges 9, corners 9, and surface 9. Oh, it's all around 9. Look at that. It's like it was destined to be. Okay. Here we go. Next. Oh, yes. I forgot I graded 2. Surprise. So yeah, same thing. And it's a 9. An overall resounding 9. Pretty darn cool. Here we go again. Lots and lots to do today. Surfing Pikachu. Same type of pack. We got this 25th anniversary. And it's a 9. Another resounding 9. Lots of 9s everywhere. Very pretty. Love to look at it. It'll look great. Okay. Surfing Pikachu VMAX. So, a very large Pikachu. And it's also textured too, which is kind of nice. But that is a 9 as well. This time the edges were 9.5 and the rest were 9. Which is pretty nice. I love the look of the, how they did this and how they tried to make it similar to the original packs. In a way. Celebrations. Okay. Jesse and James. I could not resist grading Jesse and James. But yeah, it's a nice full art. I think I remember pulling it out. I still have a few more full arts up my sleeve here. I think we have one more that was graded. I don't know where it is here, but we'll find out. It's a 9.5. What? That's pretty darn cool. So the only thing that we got dinged on was the corners at 9, and the rest were 9.5, which is pretty awesome. Good job, Jesse and James. I think that's the only thing right you did in your life. The poor things. Anyway. Okay. Oh, yes. So there's a few of these guys that makes a big full art. I don't know where they are in the stack, but you'll see at least 3 more of these. Pikachu V Union. So these are all joined together with different arts of Pikachu, and it's a 9, which is a resounding 9. 9 with everything that's on this card. So, I'll keep this out in case, like, so that way we can see if we can find more of these guys in there, because there is 3 more. But it might not be until later, and I'll show you what the full art looks like. It's kind of cool. Whoop. Oh, there's the other part there. So, same thing, yep. The Pikachu V Union. 9.5. Oh, that one's better than the other one. That's awesome. So we had all 9.5 except for the corners, which was a 9. So, we're building our giant Pokemon card as we go. Again, the plastic is building up here, so I'm just going to set that down. Okay, here we go. Maybe this will be the other pieces. That would be kind of cool to have them all in order like that. I didn't even try. Oh yeah, look at that! So this is the bottom corner to the Pikachu V Union. Wow, I cannot talk today. And it's a 9. That is pretty nice. The centering is actually 8.5, so boo on you, printer. But, you know, that works out. So, we're almost done the giant Pokemon card. Okay. Zoom! Ah, there it is. So there's the last piece to the Pikachu V Union, and it's a 9. So it all got 9 except for the wow, nice English. It all received a 9 except for the surface, which is a 9.5. So there's the giant card that you would usually put together. It's kind of fun. I love that Pikachu right here, the screaming Pikachu. That's kind of cute. But yeah, pretty happy about that. Oops, don't break it. My goodness. Okay. Our stack is slowly getting smaller, so... Okay. We've got... there it is. Misty's Determination. So, the full art of Misty, and it's a 9. So, it was a resounding 9. We have the corners, the edging, the surface, and the centering all a 9. I do love the look of the full arts that they've done. I appreciate the artwork involved in that. Okay, so now we're out of the gold and into some more silver, so don't be surprised if we pull some random ones that are not so good. So this is a Blissey. This is back when Blissey was actually, I think, when it was first introduced. At least that I can recall. It's a nice little holographic. It is an older card, so I don't expect miracles here. But it is an 8, which is actually pretty good for what I was expecting. So we got the corners at an 8.5, surface 7.5, which makes sense because it was in a binder, and I could kind of see a little bit of something there. Edges is an 8.5, and the centering is a 9, which it is a fun looking card. I like how it looks like a little claymation of Blissey. Okay. And I almost flipped that over. Pikachu. This is a promo card, and I cannot remember for the life of me where I got that from. I will remember as soon as I see the label. So, yes, a 5. I kind of figured so. So yeah, of course the surface is 4.5. It's not the best quality that we have here. The corners are 6. The edges are 6.5, and the centering's a 9. Good job, printer. But, yeah, I kind of figured as much that it wouldn't be the best quality. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh, I do see gold in our future, but not here. So this is another Mewtwo promo card. I know that this one is going to be pretty beaten up. It has creases in it, so... like most of these old ones, I do not expect too much. 3.5. I figured as much. The centering, good job printer, it's a 9. The edges is a 3.5, corners 3, and surface of 4, which totally makes sense. I knew that it would not be a very good, like you can see how white the edges are here. But you know, it's safe and sound now in its plastic case. Here is some gold, which I am pretty excited about. Let's see what we've got today. Oh, yes. I pulled this guy, probably about a month ago. The M. Rayquaza EX as a Celebrations card. So pretty, so shiny, and it's a 9. Pretty excited about that. The centering is a 9. The surface, or so is the corners, so corners are a 9 as well. Edges and surface is a 9.5. So pretty. I love it. It's gonna look great. Oh. For all you Pokemon fans out there, you know what that is. Okay. A Venomoth first edition from the Jungle, I almost said expansion, my goodness. The Jungle packs. Let's see what we got. A little holographic. I can see some scratches on it. I know that it won't be the best, but 6.5. Kind of figured as much. And exactly where I thought. So the surface was 7.5. We've got edges 5.5, which I think I remember seeing some whitening going on the edges. Corners 8.5, and centering is a 9. Cool. Pretty nice. You know, for an old card. Okay, let's see where this Mew gets us here. I know it's a Mew. We all know it's a Mew. Here it is. A beautiful ancient Mew. Now, I don't know what to expect of this, but we'll find out. 8.5! That is actually pretty darn good for what I was expecting. I had to grade it. It was too pretty to not grade. So, we have the centering of a 9, good job printer. Edges, corners, and surface all 8.5, which is wonderful. We're getting to the final few here. I know this has been a long one. You probably finished your popcorn nap by now, but thanks for joining me on this. This is fun. Snorlax. This is a misprint because it does not have the jungle symbol. It does not have a first edition. It doesn't have anything. You can see, though, that the centering will not be the greatest. It is like a lot thicker over here. But we'll see what it says. 7.5. So, we have the centering of 8, which makes sense because you can see a difference there. Edges a 7, corner and surface at 7.5. Which, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I can see some whitening going on here, so that totally makes sense. But, yeah, I've never had a misprint before, so that's kind of cool. Okay. We're down to 5 more. Sabrina's Gengar. I can see already the surface scratches on it. I remember as a kid pulling this thing out of the binder a lot of times, so not overly surprised if it gets not the greatest thing. 7.5. So yes, the surface is 6.5. I can obviously see the scratches. The centering's a 9.5. Good job, printer. Edges is an 8, and the corners are a 7, which makes sense. You can see the whitening going on here from it being in a binder. As much as I thought that would protect it, it does not. But yeah, overall, I mean, it could be worse. It could be a 2. like a few of the cards were already. Okay, number 4. Oh, my light Arcanine. Arcanine. I don't know how everybody likes to pronounce it. I'm just used to saying Arcanine. Very pretty artwork. I do enjoy that. It was... I remember pulling this one, thinking about how pretty it is, but I know that it is beaten up a fair bit. 7.5. So we have the centering of a 9. Good job, printer. Edges are a 7, surface a 7.5, and corners an 8. So, I can see a little bit of whitening going on here. I'm trying to get it in the camera there, but, and I know there is surface scratches. I did notice that when I was packaging it up to get shipped out, so. Not surprised, but, you know, 7.5, I can't complain. Could be worse. And, oh, the Celebi. That was a big thing for a while there when it first came out. It's a very pretty holographic card. And it's a 6.5. Yeah, I kind of figured. It was in my binder for a very long time. The surface is a 6. Totally get that. There are surface scuffs. Corners is 7.5. Edges 8.5. And centering 9.5. Good job, printer. But yeah, I do agree with the score. It is pretty rough. But I mean, everything looks better in a slab. So, yes, it'll be safe from now on. Back in the day, I didn't know that we had card grading companies here in Canada. So now we're moving on to our Dark Ampharos. I'm expecting around the same grades as what we've been getting before with the Celebi and with the Light Arcanine. It has been through a lot, but let's see. 7, yes. So we have the centering 9.5. Good job, printer. The edges of a 7, the corners 8.5, and the surface of 6.5, which makes sense because there is a small dent. I don't think I can get the camera to shine a light on that, but yeah, I kind of figured as much, but it's still very pretty card to see in a slab, so I am pretty excited. I don't know where I'm going to put all of these. Last but not least. Hopefully it doesn't end on a really bad note, but you know. Oh, the Lapras EX. So this goes along with the Scissor EX that we had earlier. Very pretty, but I am not expecting miracles as I did see surface scratches when I was packaging this. But it's an 8. You know, I can't complain because I thought it was going to be worse than that. So centering 9. Good job, printer. So as the edges and the corners are 9 as well. So we almost got a 9 except for the surface, which was a 7.5, which totally makes sense. I mean, there's some whitening there too, but I did see some scratches, but it's nice to have it in a slab to keep it safe and sound. Well, thanks guys for joining us on our fun adventure of opening up some graded cards. I know even for better or for worse, it was fun anyway. So thanks for hanging out, and overall, MNT, I mean, like, I have not had an issue with them. I know it was a little delayed this time around, but I mean, they get the job done. It looks fabulous. Like, I have no complaints over the slabs. They look great, high quality. So overall, I would recommend them. So if you're interested, definitely check them out. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, which are usually gaming, but we like to change this up once in a while, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.